Hello guys from Phoenix, Arizona. We have done a horrible job at vlogging today, but this is the meetup. Thank you so much guys for coming out, and they have one quick message for you. Welcome to the vlog! Good morning guys from the outskirts of Tucson, Arizona. Got an early jump on the day. Let me take you off the seat here. But this is, man, I hate to throw a bummer of a thing at you right off the get-go, but if we're gonna do real life, this is what it is. But we have a very dear friend who lives in Tucson, and we called just because we're traveling through the area, and that's what, you know, friends do. And we found out that he's on hospice. So what was going to be a great quick visit to say hi to Gene and Peggy sounds like it's going to be goodbye. Gene, just for a little context here, when we first bought our motorhome, he was actually, well, we worked together for many years at the Ford dealership. And when we bought our motorhome, we had a transmission issue. And instead of getting it done at a shop in Alaska, Gene was nice enough to fly up, and we overhauled it in the driveway, which is a whole giant ordeal in itself. But yeah, so we have a lot of history together, and I guess this is just real life, because you never know when, you know, something like this is going to happen. But on a positive note, I got a lot of editing done on that little run between Phoenix and Tucson, and Shelby's mighty comfortable here in the back seat. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to go.
All right, well, we're back on the road, headed out of Tucson. Once again, no matter how hard it is, grateful that the universe put us right where we needed to be to see our friend today. So we love you, Gene. We're glad we got to stop and see you. We're gonna go ahead and hit the road now. We had hoped to maybe bump into Chris and G, but they are out camping. So we're just gonna press on and make our way to New Mexico. We are gonna work towards Route 66, and I don't know where we're gonna end up, because we're just gonna let the road dictate how the day goes.
I want to see the thing.
No.
Why? The thing is so awesome.
No.
We've already seen the thing. It's not all that awesome. All right, it's time for a driver change. But I made it with about 2 hours to spare to publish a video for you guys on this Sunday drive.
We just stopped and got gas here in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And if you've been following us since the first winter road trip, you will remember that this was quite the safe haven for us the day after Christmas, when we got caught in a snowstorm coming here from Roswell, New Mexico. So we spent a night at the Walmart. It was a welcomed relief from the road that day. Today, quite the opposite. It's warm and very sunny, and no snow in sight, not even on the mountain peaks.
But there's signs for dust storms and what to do.
Yeah, they let you know what to do if you have if you run into a dust storm, which is pull over, turn your lights off, and make sure your feet aren't on the brakes, which I think is an interesting combination of guidelines. Anyway, so I'm now in the back seat being chauffeured. It's my turn to get some work done, and I get to sit with Miss Shelby, who is complaining a little bit about the heat. She is very temperature sensitive right now, so if it's cold, she is freezing, and if it's hot, she's complaining.
This is the general area, Beck. I know there's one feature about the place that we pulled out that you didn't like. We were sloped, and once we kind of stopped, we slid back on the snow.
And I totally freaked again.
We knew what we were doing. We came up here anyways. Good stuff, huh?
Admit it, you were a little freaked out by that one too. That was intense.
Oh, it's just, we're so dang close to Las Cruces.
I know.
It's like, we're like there. But
that damn museum had just opened an hour early.
yeah, we would have totally missed it. But life unfolds the way it's meant to. It took some work, I have to tell you. But I finally found a place that we can stay on the old Route 66 that allows dogs. The ones that are like really done up retro inside don't allow pets. Little bit of interesting, you guys know I'm kind of a history buff, so a little bit of interesting knowledge I obtained while doing all this research about Route 66. The term motel is actually only something that came into existence in the 20th century. It was first coined in 1925 and they put it in the dictionaries right after World War II, but it was a combination of the words motorist and hotel. Motel. Some of you probably already know that. Another really cool thing that I found out was that the first motel in the entire world was in San Luis Obispo, California on the Central Coast, where we have spent the last month. So, we're carrying on with our historic tradition here, and I actually think it'd be kind of cool to go back and see the motel in San Luis. It's closed now, but we could at least drive by it, so. Anyway, we have a book on tape that we're gonna start now that Ben's done editing videos for the day. And it is called The Sky Below by Scott Parazynski, who is an astronaut for the United States. And this is his autobiography. I started it without Ben, and it was so amazingly good that I told him, you're gonna love this, and you have to listen to it on the road trip with me. So we've been saving it for this trip. And he's an amazing storyteller, and he's done so many cool things. Like he lived all over the world as a kid because of his dad's work, and then he tried to qualify for the Olympics as a luge runner, and then he went to medical school and became an ER doc, and then he became an astronaut, and he's climbed Everest. The dude is like a renaissance man and a really good storyteller about it. We made it. Get your kicks on Route 66. Last time we were in Santa Rosa, we went scuba diving at the Blue Hole. Good stuff.
Do you feel like you're in the 1960s, Ben?
Yeah. We'll see.
This one had insane reviews on TripAdvisor and
look at this. A little breezeway that you pull into. All nice and historic looking. I like it. Good choice, honey.
Hey, tub of showers around the corner, coffee maker over there.
Alright.
Fridge, microwave. Would you like ice?
Yeah.
Picture of ice?
Yeah,
I'll
definitely.
grab that for you and bring it over here. Keys in the door in the morning when you leave. Just need a key on the table, lock it up, you're good to go. Don't have to check out or anything.
Thank you, sir.
Well,
Appreciate
you're
it.
welcome. Let me grab that ice for you.
Thanks. Dinner has been delivered. Not bad. Good pizza, and we kind of like our Hawaiian with peppers, but we got some New Mexico green chilies. It seems that AMC has the movie Armageddon on a loop, so this is the end, but in 3 minutes it's gonna start all over again.
I'm so relieved because, you know, it's Armageddon. Well, thanks for joining us on the road today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can see where we go tomorrow, because we're doing it retro on the Route 66 tonight. Bye.